Hello and welcome back to another Final Table commentary. If at any point in time you find yourself not caring for the commentary, there'll be a link in the description down below to the video and BCP Poker Replays YouTube account. So if you choose to do so, you can go check out the action in some peace and silence. With that being said, let's hop on into it. We got a 10k PLO from Scoop 2018. Got Flat Cat with a couple of kings, gonna raise it on up and take it down pre-flop. We got the cleaner with a 10-9-8-7 double suited. We got PKR, Wizzo, Jeans, I Need Masari, and Danfanu. We'll see that 10-9-8-7 go for the raise. A couple of kings for PKR will 3-bet. Let's go to the flop cleaner. Let's go to the flop and flop. One hell of a straight draw, pair of 8s. 4 on the turn, that's no help. Doopity-doo. Takes out the 2 pair outs. No straight for the cleaner. PKR gets a full double. Doopity-doo. 9-8-5-4 for Wizzo. We'll raise and take it down pre. Doopity-doo. King 9. Oh, I don't know why I was going to say King Jack 9-4 for Flat Cat. They're going to fold that one. Ace King Jack 5 for PKR. We'll raise it on up. Looks like 3.5x. King 7-6 for Wizzo will call. Queen 7-5 flop. Goes check. Let's see a bet Wizzo. Protect those kings. PKR with the backdoor straight draw. A pair of 5s, no backdoor flush draw. We'll just find the fold on the flop. 9-6-6-5 for Masari. We'll see if they raise it on up. That they do. Flat Cat in the big blind with a queen 10-7-6 with a suited queen is going to call. Flop a straight. Looks like Masari as well flops a straight, but a lower one. Flop goes check, 4 on the turn. Jack 10 is the nuts. 6-10 for Flat Cat. Masari with 6-5. Does he have any outs here? A 10 would be a chop, right? We get a 5 on the river. Do. Flat Cat looking to scoop the 1.3 mil in the middle. We'll see what size he goes for on the river here. Flop goes check. Bet on the turn gets called. We gotta go for some value on the river. Flat Cat says full pot. And hopefully Masari can find a way to get away from the straight here. I'm a fish and I would call. What about Masari? Doopity-doo. What a pickle they're in sitting here with what's now the... Is it still the third nuts? It's so difficult to read the damn board, Brendan. Come on. Pick up your game. Haven't played PLO in a little bit. It's going to take me a few minutes to get back into the rhythm of things. Nice fold by Masari. Maybe a Flat Cat bets smaller. We see the same result. So Flat Cat just goes for the full pot size bet. And the bet gets through. Ace Jack 9-6 for Jeans. Going to raise it on up. Queen 10-10-9 for the cleaner in the big blind. 5-4-4 flop goes check, small bet. The cleaner with that pair of 10s looking for a potential boat out. Or potential boat outs. They say, no, I'm not going to. Find the fold on the flop. Ace King 8-7 for Jeans. Aces for Flat Cat. Queens for the cleaner are going to have a fold after they see the 3-bet. Doopity-doo. Jeans is double suited. We'll see if they come along to the flop. They're not a big fan of seeing the 3-bet, but they say, fuck it, let's go to the flop. Flop a pair of kings. Backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. 2 of them. They're going to see a full pot size bet, and they're going to need to hit a diamond or some shit. No, it does not come. Flat Cat's aces hold on up, and we're going to lose Jeans in 7th place. Ace, King Jack for the cleaner. We'll raise it on up. Wizzo in the big blind with a queen 8-7-6. Gonna flop a straight nut flush draw for the cleaner with that pair of aces. Wizzo leads out for about half pot. Doopity-doo. Cleaner will eventually find the call button. 10 of hearts on the turn. Wizzo sitting here with the stone cold nuts. Bets full pot. And the cleaner might be priced out now. That they are. We're going to move along. Ace king 10-10 for the cleaner. We'll see if they open it on up. PKR. Oh, they go for the limp. King jack jack 9 double suited for PKR. We'll raise it on up. With that suited king, the cleaner says, yeah, let's go to the flop. 8-5-3 goes check, bet, large bet, 840k into 1.25 mil, and the bet will get through. Ace queen jack 8 for Wizzo. Wizzo will raise and likely take it down pre-flop. To be fair, I don't know when we start to limp. And look at this, Dan Fanu's going to defend the big blind with king 9-8-5 with that suited king and flop 2 pairs. Wizzo Wizzo with a straight, bad time to have 2 pair. Ace of hearts on the turn. I don't know if that slows Wizzo Wizzo down or not. He doesn't want to get check raised off the pot here. He goes for a small bet. Dan Fanu could come along, look to make a boat. He could put in a bluffski here with that 9 of hearts. Dan Fanu says, no, Brendan. We're just going to check, fold, and move along. I just want to see action. I'm sorry. King, king, queen 8 for the cleaner. We'll raise it on up and take it down pre-flop. 10-8-7-5 for Dan Fanu is going to go for the raise on the button. Ace, king, jack 7 for the cleaner. We'll defend the big blind somehow. They play call. 10-5-5 flop goes check, bet, fold, and we're moving along. The cleaner has backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw, so they're actually coming along on the flop. Dan Fanu with that boat is getting paid off. They're going to give the cleaner a free 6 of spades on the river. Do-ba-dee-do-do-do-do-do. Dan Fanu still with that boat. That's a small boat, but it's a boat. The cleaner with top pair, top kicker on a weird board. Hopefully you can find the fold. Don't bluff. They find the call and see the bad news. Nice check back on the turn by Dan Fanu. Nice little bet on the flop. Get paid by the nod-made hand. The cleaner picks up a pair and calls down. Wizzo Wizzo with an ace king 10-6 will raise and take it down pre-flop. Ace 9-8-4 for the cleaner will just fold the button. King queen 3-2 for PKR will limp it on in. A couple of 10s in the big blind for Wizzo Wizzo, flopping a straight draw to the 8. PKR looking for a 10, a king, a queen. They also got some backdoor straight draws with the low cards. We see the 3 of diamonds. Wizzo Wizzo picks up a straight draw to the 6. And we get the queen of hearts on the river, so PKR makes the toppest of pairs with the bottomest of pairs to go along with it. And that's good for the pot. Ace king king 7 for flat cat. We'll raise it on up. Queen queen jack jack for PKR. We'll call the button. 10-9-9-6 for Masari in the big blind says let's go to the flop. Look at the price we're getting. King 8-2 flop goes check, bet, fold, fold. Small bet. Maybe PKR comes along. He's got the backdoor straight draws. He says no, Brendan. Just a quick fold. 10-9-8-7 for Wizzo Wizzo will raise. Dan Fanu in the big blind with an ace 9-7-4. Double suited will call. Jack 3-3 flop goes check, bet, check, check. My bad. Jack on the turn. Both players with flush draws. Dan Fanu with the nut flush draw on a double paired board will lead on out for a third pot. And Wizzo Wizzo's just going to find the fold. So I thought that was going to go check, bet, fold on the flop. But no, it goes check, check. Dan Fanu leads out and takes the pot down. 7-6-4-3 for Wizzo Wizzo will raise big. Looks like 3.5x if I'm doing my math correctly. Ace Jack 9-8 will call for flat cat and flop a little straight draw. What is he looking for? A jack, a 9, an 8, a 6 also works. We get the 3 of diamonds, and it looks like that's a straight for Wizzo Wizzo playing 4-6. So again, flat cat still got plenty of outs, and it's a small bet. It's about a third pot. Let's go to the river. To be fair, 3 hearts on the flop. Are we just done with this one? Is Flat Cat gonna fold? Flat Cat does find the fold. Nicely done by Wizzo Wizzo. Just to make sure that he cleans up all the equity on the turn there. No free rivers for Flat Cat. I thought the price was good enough to come along to the river at first, but once you talk out the situation, maybe it's just a fold. King, King, 9, deuce double suited for Wizzo Wizzo. We'll see them open it on up. With that big stack, why the heck not? Queen, Jack, Jack, 6 for Dan Fanu is going to play call. King, 10, 9, deuce for the cleaner in the small blind. Off the short stack, we'll find the fold. Ace, Queen, Jack, 6 will complete the big blind. 7, 3, 3 flop, 2 diamonds for Wizzo Wizzo. He goes for a small bet with the kings. And PKR will lay down the ace high. Jack, Jack, 10, 6 for Flat Cat. Just gonna fold. Queen, Jack, 10, 6 for the cleaner. They're gonna go for a limp. PKR will quickly raise up the King, King, 10, 3 with a suit. King, 4, 4, 2 for Wizzo Wizzo. Double suited folds the big blind. No surprise there. And the cleaner will also fold their junky shit. I guess they had 3 in a row with a suit, but kind of junky shit. Ace, Queen, Jack, 9 with a suit for Flat Cat will raise it on up and face the 3 bet from an Ace, King, 10, 3 double suited. Let's go to the flop. Come on. I don't know what Flat Cat does here. We might just find the fold. It's very scary. Look at the raise here. 1.26 mil. The cleaner's only got 1.1 behind. This might just be a fold pre-flop. Or a rip. It doesn't feel like a call. But then to be fair in PLO, typically we're priced into calls once we face 3 bets pre-flop. Doopity-doo. What a tough spot for Flat Cat. And he's going to lay it down. I think with all things considering, might just be a fold. Ace, Ace, 8, 7 for Wizzo Wizzo. We'll raise it on up. Big sizing once again, and this will take it down pre-flop. King, King, 6, 5. Wizzo Wizzo will raise it on up. Ace, 9, 8, 3 for Flat Cat in the big blind with a suited ace. If we went along to the flop and saw some diamonds, there could have been some real action, but that didn't happen, so Brendan's just dreaming. King, 9, 7, 5 for Flat Cat in the small blind. We'll see what he does facing the cleaner's big blind. He goes for the big raise pre-flop, putting Queen, Jack, 8, 7 in a weird spot. And the cleaner will find the fold. King, Jack, 10, 4 with a suited king for Wizzo Wizzo. Will raise it on up. 10, 10, 7, 6 for Dan Fanu will call from the cutoff. Queen, 6, 2 flop goes. I don't know. We're going to find out shortly. Wizzo Wizzo is going to start things off with a check. Such a dry board. Queen, 6, 2. Flop goes check. Small bet. 285 into 865k. I don't know why words just got so difficult there. Dan Fanu with that small bet will take the pot down. Queen, 10, 9, 8 for Masari. We'll raise it on up. King, Queen, Jack, 3 for Wizzo Wizzo in the big blind. Says let's go to the flop. King, 9, 6 goes check, bet. What size do we go for Masari? Look at this draw. We've got a pair of 9s. Masari says, Brendan, we're just going to check this bad boy back. We don't really have a made hand here. We just got that pair of 9s. We got the flush draw to the hearts. A 7. What about a jack? Let's make some straights. We see the 3 of clubs on the river. Just the pair of 9s from Masari. 2 pair for Wizzo Wizzo. Kings and 3s. Going for a hefty bet on the river. Masari goes deep in the tank here. This is for the majority of his chips. Just with the pair of 9s. Fold, Masari. Fold. Fold. Oh no. I'm terrified for him. Think long, think right. Fold. Fold, 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 fold. Oh, shit. Man, the longer. Look at, he's got 80 seconds left. There's no way he's going to fold. Oh, he's going to call with the pair of nines. Do we got to go back? Did I misread his hand? He's still got a pair of nines, right? Yeah, okay. Do I go back again and make sure? Is that a pair of nines? Queen 10, 9, 8. Look at the board. King 9, 6, 3, 2. That's a pair of nines. Sorry, Masari, but that's funny. Wizza with that big stack. Masari says, oh, he's going to be bluffing here too much. And to be fair, Wizzo has been playing one hell of a lot of holdings, as they're going to go for the 3-bet here with the suited ace. Oh wait, this isn't a 3-bet. This is just a big raise from Dan Fanu with a couple of 10s and 6s. Wizzo calls the small blind. My bad. Jack 7-5-5 for Masari in the big blind. He's thinking, am I priced into a call here? 140k committed, 320k behind. King 7 flop goes check. Bet. Small bet, 280k into 1.1 mil. And the bet will get through. Masari wakes up with an 8-7-5-4 double suited. Gonna have enough equity to stick this bad boy in. Wizzo is thinking about a raise with the ace 9, 6, 6. King 5-5-4 waiting in the big blind for Dan Fanu. Ace Queen 7 flop. Masari with a pair of 7s. Backdoor flush draw. 3 on the turn. Pretty well deads him. Did have a little straight draw to the deuce, I do believe. Did not come in. Wizzo will knock out Masari. Finish him off in 6th place. Jack 10-9 for Dan Fanu. Will call from the button. Jack 9-8-5 for Wizzo sees a 4-3-3 flop. Wizzo with that backdoor flush draw goes for a little Betsky. Queen on the turn. It's a diamond. Fire away, I guess. So you know what? The call with 9s from Masari was a beautiful play as we see Wizzo bombing away. Just with a little flush draw. Jack high flush draw. Blocking the straight draw. Wow. So the more you think about that Masari call, sorry, my bad. Wizzo's just going to blast off. Set of 5s for PKR. Straight draw to the 4 for the cleaner, and he's got top pair of aces. Facing a big raise on the flop, we'll see if he ditches his hand. No flush draw, no backdoor flush draw. Just that straight draw to the 4. 2 clean outs to the non-nuts. Ace Queen 9 deuce. Let's let it go, buddy. Doopity doo. Nicely done. Ace Queen 7 for PKR. We'll limp it on in. Jack 9-8-6 for Wizzo will raise it on up and face the 3-bet. 1.2 million chips to go in total. Wizzo will call. Oh, look at this flop. 9-6-5. Pretty shit for your aces. We're going to go for a little Betsky. Wizzo with a pair of 9s and 6s. That's 2 pairs, Brendan. He's going to stick it all in. PKR with the straight blocker. Doesn't really have a good redraw. He's looking for an ace or 5. Runner, queen, 7-7. Although the 7's a freaking straight for Wizzo. So never mind. Forget about this runner, 7-7. PKR hopefully just folds here. What a difficult spot. And like we saw earlier, Wizzo's going to blast off, and sometimes he's going to make 2 pairs and stick it all in. And put you in a weird spot with 1 pair. What a game by Wizzo. Fuck it. Call, PKR. Call. I dare ya. Call. Oh, he does find the fold. Nicely done. Don't know why I wanted to see Wizzo take this one down so quickly, but we have lost the action, and now we're back. The cleaner with a couple of aces. Oh, he almost timed out there. Comes back just in time to go for the min raise. Queen Jack 9-8 for Wizzo will 3-bet it. It is double suited. Equities probably run pretty close here. We got a straight draw. Oh, making 2 pairs on the river. Wizzo gets there. Doopity doo. Flat Cat says, let's take a look at numbers. Doopity doo. Queen 10 5-5 for Wizzo Wizzo. Wonder why Danfanu's chat's blocked. Wonder if he said some rude things or something. That'd be kind of funny. Do they block your chat if you're rude to people? Like, that's the only thing I can really think of. Why else would they block your chat? I don't know. Anyways, Ace 9-9-6 for Flat Cat. We'll limp it on in. Ace Queen 7-3 for PKR. We'll limp in the small blind. Queen 8-4 deuce for Wizzo Wizzo in the big blind. We'll go for the check. Flop a flush draw. A little pair. Straight draw? Not quite yet. PKR with a straight draw to the deuce or 6. Backdoor Broadway draw. We'll go for a big lead on the flop. Wizzo Wizzo will fold the best flush draw. Oh, and Danfanu can talk again. Flat Cat also folds their flush draw, so nice little steal there from PKR. And Danfanu says, yeah, let's frickin' talk out the numbers. Wizzo Wizzo says, no, let's not. Yeah, great question, PKR. Why no chat? Danfanu, let us know. Come on, tell us. He's gonna flop, what, a straight draw? A couple pairs going on here. Queen on the turn, is that a straight for both players? No, it's a full house, my bad. Ooh, things happen too quickly. I'm too busy trying to figure out why Danfanu lost his ability to chat. Doopity doo. I'm still patiently waiting for an answer. I'm so glad PKR asked. Because it doesn't make any sense to me unless you're just an asshole to people. But then why would they just like randomly throw his chat back on like it doesn't matter? So it's like he's probably not an asshole. So then it's like, well, what's the reason that your chat was blocked? Anyways, PKR asked for me. Danfanu is not in the responding mood. Wizzo Wizzo making a king high flush on a paired board. Is there a boat there? PKR does have the 8 deuce boat. That's good enough for the pot. So Danfanu's still not answering, and we're not talking out numbers. So I don't know why they turned his chat back on. Doopity doo. Oh boy. My brain's just firing away with the questions. They're so irrelevant. 2 pairs for Wizzo Wizzo. What's going on for Danfanu? A pair of jacks, backdoor straight draws. Gonna find the fold on the flop. 10-10-7-3 for Wizzo Wizzo. We'll raise it on up big. And Flat Cat will probably fold the king jack. 4-3 was it? 8-5-4-4 for Wizzo Wizzo with a suited 8. We'll raise it on up. PKR in the big blind with an ace king queen 7 double suited. We'll 3-bet. And Wizzo Wizzo is in a weird spot. About a million chips more to call. He's in position. Look at that big stack. He's got chips to throw around, but he will find the fold. King, king, queen 3. No suit for Flat Cat. We'll limp it on in. 10-10-9 deuce for PKR with a suit. We'll call from the small. Ace 7-3-2 for Wizzo Wizzo. Checks it on back. King 4-4 flop. That's a boat for Flat Cat. Wizzo Wizzo's leading on out. What are we doing here? We're going to get ourselves into a little trouble. Oh, good thing the 10s fold on the flop. They would have made a boat on the turn here. That would have been horrific for PKR. Wizzo Wizzo might have saved him some money. Although, to be fair, if Wizzo Wizzo didn't take this line, Flat Cat, do we bet on the flop? Do we slow play? I think if Wizzo Wizzo doesn't take this line, PKR might be out of the tournament. I think it goes check, check, check on the flop. If Wizzo Wizzo doesn't lead. 10 on the turn. PKR makes a boat. He'll check. Flat Cat will bet if Wizzo Wizzo doesn't. PKR could call. Maybe he doesn't check raise on the turn. So maybe he doesn't lose his whole stack, but he'd still lose a big ass pot. In the end, Wizzo Wizzo saves him some money. PKR flops 2 pairs, aces and deuces. Danfanu with an ace queen 7-5. What do we got going on? Spade draw misses. Pair of aces with a queen kicker. Doopity-doo goes check check on the river, and PKR scoops it with those two pairs. Jack 10-10-9 for Wizzo Wizzo. We'll raise it on up. Flat cat with a suited ace in the big blind. It's not the big raise. A little bit more than 2x. Let's go to the flop. King 8-3 goes check, check, queen on the turn. No real help for flat cat. Wizzo Wizzo picks up one hell of a straight draw, looking for a 9, a 10, a jack, or an ace. He's going to go for a big bet, and the big bet will get the job done on the turn. And he's going to pick up a king, queen, jack, 10. That's a fun hand with a suit in there. PKR with an ace, king, 6-3 with double suits. They're going to call the big blind. King 9-8 flop goes check, bet, big bet. Wizzo Wizzo with that top pair and one hell of a straight draw. Not going to list out all the cards they were looking for. Doopity-doo. The bet gets through. Ace jack 8-6 for Dan Fanu. We'll raise it on up and take it down pre-flop. King king, queen 7 for flat cat. We'll raise it on up and take it down pre-flop. Ace 7-6 deuce double suited for Wizzo Wizzo. We'll raise the button. King queen queen 8 for Dan Fanu in the small blind. We'll put in the 3-bet. Wizzo Wizzo in a weird spot again. Still has that big 15 million chip stack. So he's going to find the call and flop a frickin' straight. Dan Fanu looking for a spade or a jack. Some backdoor boat outs would get the job done. Doopity-doo. This is a weird spot for the 7-6 straight. 7 on the turn, 6 on the river. It's no help for Dan Fanu. We're going to lose him. No spade for him. No jack. Wizzo Wizzo's straight holds on up. And Flat Cat says, are we going to take a look at numbers yet? Wizzo Wizzo says, no. I'm going to just scoop this frickin' tournament. Just... yeah, Flat Cat says, Wizzo, please answer. Wizzo says, no. No answer. Just bets. Little straight draw on the flop. Wizzo Wizzo will take that one down. Is Wizzo's chat blocked? Why is everybody's chat all fucked up? Poker stars, what's going on? 10-8-6 deuce, flopping a pair of 6s and a straight draw to the 7 for Wizzo Wizzo in position. They're going to check back the flop. Give PKR a free king of clubs. What do they got going on there? Straight draw to the 7, jack. They might have had a few pairs in there as well. Doopity-doo. Anyways, PKR leads it out and takes it down on the turn. We get a limp raise, call. King 6-4 flop goes check, check. Queen on the turn. PKR with a pair of 4s. Little straight draw to the 5 it looked like, and that was about it. They go for the check fold. King Jack 10-3 for PKR. We'll raise it on up big. 10-8-7-6 for Wizzo Wizzo. 3 bets to 1.6 mil. And that's going to buy the pot pre-flop. Jack 9-5-4 with a suit for Wizzo Wizzo. We'll raise it on up. And take it down pre-flop. King Queen Jack Deuce for PKR. We're double suited. We go for the limp. Call. Ace Jack 6 flop. That's 2 pair for Wizzo Wizzo. Checks back the flop and makes a boat. That's a boat. It's a fairly sized boat. Goes for 300k of value. PKR calls with a pair of jacks. Straight draw to the 10. We get a deuce of hearts on the river. Wizzo Wizzo goes for a big hefty bet ski. And PKR is hating life. But he will find a nice fold on the river. 9-7-3-3. Wizzo Wizzo with the limp. Queen Queen 6 flop goes lead, and Flat Cat will fold the pair of 6s. Easy game for Wizzo Wizzo. 10-8-5. Oh, 10-10-8-5 for Wizzo Wizzo. We'll raise and take it down pre-flop. Ace King Queen 6 double suited for PKR. Limp pot. 8-8-5 flop goes check, bet, fold, and we're moving along. Jack 8-8-3 for flat cat facing another limp. 10-4-2 flop. That's bottom set for Wizzo Wizzo. Just nothing doing for flat cat. Backdoor straight draw. Does have a backdoor boat draw. Has the 3 of a kind draw. Nah, just gonna be a fold. Ace King 10-8 with a suit. Gonna go for a 3-bet here. Ace 10-9-5 with a suited ace. For Wizzo Wizzo is gonna call. Queen 9-3 flop. Goes check. Check. King on the turn. That's a pair of kings for PKR. Pair of 9s for Wizzo Wizzo. Both players with a straight draw to the jack. Nobody with a diamond draw. 7 on the river. Won't change nothing. Pair of kings for PKR is good for the pot, providing they don't fold. They could fold. Fire away, Wizzo. Do it. Oh, he bets full pot and PKR's in one hell of a spot. Oh no, if he calls, he's gonna be up to like 6, almost 7 million chips. So he would be in a fair spot. 7 of spades on the river. That's not too bad of a card. You do got the 10. You block Jack 10. Doopity doo. Like 7-7 gets there on the river. King 7. Queen 7. Like 9-7. Like one of these sort of bullshit 2 pairs. Oh no. PKR folds. Wizzo Wizzo is being a bully. He's up to 24 million chips. He's only got about 6.5 left to collect. 3 kings for PKR. We'll limp it on in. Wizzo Wizzo with the 7-7-6-4. Flopping a pair of 7s, I suppose. Does have a 4, but you'd play 7s, obviously. Has a straight draw to the 5. Had the backdoor club draw. Oh no! And PKR folds the best of it with the queen, or the king, sorry. Oh no! Wizzo Wizzo. Now he's going to raise up the queen 9-5 deuce. Put the 10-9-8-7 in a pickle, and flat cat just has to fold. Looking to make some 40-50 grand just by waiting for PKR to bust out. As they are going to go for the 3-bet with the ace queen 10-8 double suited. And that will get through pre-flop for PKR. King 4-3 for PKR. Going to limp it on in and face the raise from the ace 7-4-2. Ace 6-4 flop. PKR is going to get this in. He doesn't smack a straight out. Doesn't make a 3 of a kind. And just like that, we're heads up. Wizzo Wizzo's got 4 million chips left to collect. What a bully. What a final table by Wizzo Wizzo. It's not over yet, but a well-deserved victory. Sorry, I shouldn't call the game early. Ace Queen Queen Jack for flat cat will limp it on in. Queen Jack 10-6 will do the raising for Wizzo Wizzo. Flat cat goes for the 3-bet, making it 1 million chips more to go. Wizzo Wizzo calls, makes 2 pairs. We're going to get this all in. He makes a freaking bout. That's the freaking tournament. He does deserve the win, even though he's getting lucky a couple 100 times. I mean, equities run so close in this silly game. Wizzo Wizzo didn't necessarily need to raise up the queen jack 10-6 here. But like, why the hell not? Why wouldn't we put a whole bunch of pressure on flat cat when we can? Doopity doo. Get it all in on the flop with the 2 pairs versus the over pair. So flat cat did have 2 pair outs. Backdoor spade draw, backdoor straight draw. Doopity doo. 3 of a kind draw. We get the boat on the turn. That pretty well locks it up, providing there's no queen. And there's an ace on the river. So that will do it for the end of the show. Or that will do it for the show. Holy shit. What a disaster it's been. But if you made it all the way through, thanks for checking this shit out. Hopefully we'll see you in another one. Adios, amigos.